No, that's right. Come on here. What's up, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh, watch out, watch out. What's up, Calvin? What's up, Calvin? Oh my God, man! I didn't want to tell him who's coming.
Coming through the door. Look who in the building. Patrick Noble Allen. Listen, hey, I've been down with this dude here for almost 20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
Don't say that.
Hey everybody, this is Anissa Fowler, and when I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, I'm listening to WSPO Heaven 100.1.
Heaven 100.1, we are the Holy City Gospel Station. Make no mistake about it, often imitate, but never, ever, ever duplicate it. Don't get it twisted now. When I'm in the kitchen, I know how to cook. They call me the chef. Y'all know by now. Anyway, listen, Charleston, I told you all, she was going to be in the house. And the reason why she wasn't in the house the last time was this other guy, but I ain't going to call his name until I get ready to leave. See, I got to hold some leverage, because if he ain't buying lunch the next time when he come next week or whatever, you know, I ain't going to mention his name. But anyway, he's in the house with us as well. But the lady that's, I used to have a sign. I don't know if Leroy remember. I used to have a sign one time when I was a general manager. Do you want to speak to the man in charge or the lady who knows what's going on? Well, I've got the lady who knows what's going on in the house. Facebook Live can already see her. The very talented, the very beautiful. Drum roll. Okay. Oh, anyway. She got her own drum. She's in the house. I tell you what, man. I'm going to speak this already. A stellar nominated futuristic ladies in the house is because it's going down. Anissa Fowler. What's up, girl?
Hey, Chef.
Oh, man.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
I said, I ain't going to never see Anissa like Patrick every day. Patrick, you know, like
And we talk a lot on social media, but it's so good to see you face to face.
Well, the pleasure's all mine.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming, and finally you're in the house. First of all, how's things going?
Things are going great.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
I thought you was gonna say by now, man, I'm tired, Chef. I mean, this radio thing, man.
I think it is a lot of work, but when you're doing what you love, you don't really get exhausted like that.
Right.
You know, so I feel really good about everything.
Did you bring in that New York water since you don't get exhausted? Because I get tired of this thing, man. I mean, I'm gonna retire again now. But anyway, let's do this. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and all that good stuff, so we can kind of get into, a little bit more of the interview. Okay?
Yes. So you already said my name is Anissa Fowler. I am from New York, originally Trinidad.
Okay. Oh.
Yes, Trinity Titty Boone.
Oh, go ahead, girl. Play Island, play with it.
Yes, but I'm living in New York now, Long Island, and I minister at 2 churches, praise and worship leader. I have 3 kids. Just excited about music, excited about worship, excited about ministry, all of that.
Wow, girl, you look like you kid yourself. I mean, what is the water? What's going on? You didn't bring us none of that, girl.
And well, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and I know Patrick over there going like, chef, stop. You know, you know I was gonna do it. You know I was gonna do it. But anyway, we're so excited to have you here. You've got some good things that's been happening. Before I get into the major song, here's the song that really got me. When I first heard, girl, you rocked. I'm telling you rocked. So before we get into cover, here's my jam that I started with, you know. I'll do a little bit of it. But let me tell you, this is God's truth, honest truth. When I first dropped that song, I kid you not, I must have had maybe at least 4 or 5 calls instantly by the time the song get over. And they don't realize it's not all radio anymore. You don't kind of like turntables. I know you're too young to know turntables and stuff like that, but it ain't like, can you back that up? I was like, hold on, what do you mean back? This is radio. It's a computer. And people started loving and vibing on that song. And so I was like, that gives me a reason to play it, because the song has a lot of energy, it's great and all that good stuff. But then when I thought it couldn't get any better, girl, you messed us up, man. You came out with this new jam. Oh my God, it's called Covered. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Covered.
Covered is really a song that I feel like in the world today, we all feel a little bit exposed.
Okay.
We all feel a little bit insecure by the pandemic, just personal things that are going on in our lives. And I wanted to say something that people can kind of shout, I'm covered. We are covered. As a family, you can say it at home, we are covered. At church, you can say, we are covered. This congregation is covered. Everything, my mind, my heart, my family, all of it is covered. We need that right now.
Wow, phenomenal. as I said on a Clubhouse one night, and I think you and I talked about it, the song was personal for me. During the pandemic, I lost 5 family members in 1 month.
Wow.
In 1 month, in a 30-day
gosh.
span. And in that family member was not just first cousins, but my nephew, my oldest brother who had just died 3 years from there, and then my dad, he died during that time. And all of it wasn't COVID related, but majority of it. And you know how it is when something starts, you know, you're related to everything. Oh my God, you know. And so I actually came to work because my dad always said to me, son, no matter what happens, you know, in life, continue to do what you're doing and it'll keep your mind. And so I kept doing it. And then one day, what happened was I was in here. I thought everything was all together, and then I just broke down. It was like it hit me all at one time. And so I was in here like, oh my God, you know, I'm going to lose it. And lo and behold, I put in your song, Covered. And it was like a blanket. It was like something that says, it's okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and cry, but I got you. Yes. You know, and ever since then, your song has been, I mean, an anthem. You know, and sometimes, you know, jocks say, well, yeah, I play it, and they don't play it. But this guy actually plays your song, your song Covered, when I'm not in the studio. Because, you know, as you just said, a lot of times in life, and I don't need to be talking, this is your show, you know, I'm just here.
It's your show,
You're in the house. You want to go get some water or anything? I mean, the Kool-Aid? I mean, just say it. Your wish is my command. No, stop. But anyway, a lot of times in life, as you just said, we go through things. And when you go through those things in life, you just want some comfort, you know?
Yes.
And I'm transparent. There's not, you've heard my show. It's not always a scripture or not always a preach, but just something, you know? And that song, it did it. Covered. It's phenomenal. And so I guess folks are going like, well, won't you play it? Would y'all let me do my show? I'm the chef, 30 plus years. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here it is. Anissa Fowler. It's entitled Covered. What's up, y'all?
Drama occurred right after I released that song.
Wow.
In my personal relationship in that regard. And it was like God prepared it to let me know I am your covering.
Wow.
I am the one that's covering you in the midst of all this that's going on. And I think for a lot of women in the church, you want that, you desire that, you feel like you have to have it to validate who you are, but you don't.
Wow.
You just need to be covered by God.
Wow.
And in due time, he will release someone to cover you in that way. But trust in God's covering. And that's what God has been really showing me through this song.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after the song?
After. I had no idea. I mean, I was divorced a few years ago. But then we tried to start working on some things.
Okay.
And it just went, I mean, it imploded.
Right.
And it was really devastating.
Wow.
And God was just like, listen. That is not, I am your covering.
Right.
I will cover you indefinitely, unconditionally. And it's really, oh my God, it's been that thing that I'm like, okay, he's got me covered.
Wow. Yeah, it's a principle that people may not realize, and I talk about it a lot of times on my live. Purpose breaks forth out of those kind of things that we go through in life. In agriculture, you will notice that when the seed goes into the ground, for it to birth, it has to break out of the old cover. You understand? And break through. But the root of it is still covered. Yeah. And so the things that you were allowed to say and do and mention in the song, it speaks volume. You know, as I said to you before, that the song is relative to you. I don't know how that happened, but I mean, you reign. I'll be honest with you. No one could. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think you could do a better song.
Really?
Because I love that kind of music.
Yes.
And I was like, you reign. I mean, that's a jam right here. You know. Then when you came out with Covered, I was like, wow, okay. And at first, I wasn't playing Covered. I kept going back to You Reign. Yeah. I was like, that's cover something ain't gonna happen. Nah. And then besides Patrick, you know, Chef, you gotta hear it. She got a good one. I'm like, Patrick, Chef, she got a good one. I said, okay, all right. No, I'm just, I love messing with. But actually, that's kind of how I went. And then Patrick,
that's always how I go.
And so, but it's strange when you go through something or things happen in life, then you kind of realize the importance of what you have. Yes. And so what advice would you give to young people, young ladies especially, who have gone through something in life, who feels like, well, you know, how am I going to get there? How can I still make this thing happen? What advice would you give to them?
Honestly, your identity comes from God and comes from his word. So you really need to get into the word of God so that you can understand who you are.
We had a meeting. I said, should I tell Leroy who's coming? And I wouldn't tell him. And as soon as they walked through the door, it was like Tonto and Long Ranger.
Oh, Celia and
Who?
Celia and his sister.
Yeah.
Oh, the Patrick got that.
Hold on, let me get him. Let me get him on.
This is Anissa Fowler's day.
Nah,
She reigns.
earlier he didn't.
She reigns.
She reigns. And we're covering her
Earlier
today.
Earlier he had to take time to do what he had to do.
Right.
However, it's great to see my people, Leroy Hawker. We go back so far.
Wow.
And he reigns too.
Yeah.
And we going to keep raining on him and Anissa
Yeah.
on today because they're both covered.
Yeah. Watch your
Listen.
Let me get an
This is
organ.
what I'm
Let me
saying.
get
This
an
is what
organ.
I'm saying. There's
Well,
only
we
one
already know
Patrick.
Anissa gonna be back real soon.
Oh, yeah, real
we
soon.
know that. Get ready for that live performance.
Go ahead. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I can't wait for you to come back. We're going to be putting some things together in the future. We're excited about it. Your music, again, is just off the charts. And
Anissa Worships, ANISA WORSHIPS at Anissa Worships on Instagram and on Facebook.
wow. And your music is ready for download on all your social media outlets?
Yes, all the digital platforms, You Reign and Covered, they are both available.
Wow. Woo. So are you going to do something else soon? Maybe?
Yes,
Really?
actually, in your little gift that I brought for you,
Uh-oh.
there's a little extra song on there that I hope you like.
Oh.
But I am working on finishing my EP. There are 2 more songs that we're in the process of recording, so we'll be releasing that in the next month or 2.
What? See, this girl never stops. Oh my God. You know, it's just phenomenal. I think you and I conversed a little bit on Facebook, and we just kind of encouraged and went into that mode of, whatever it is. I know your song has you covered because that song was so powerful,
Yeah.
and it resonates. There are people that's listening now. I saw their name there from Germany that's on here. Virginia's listening. The North Charleston ATL, they're on.
Hey,
Houston,
ATL.
Huggins, Huggins is on, Patrick. Derek Huggins.
Hey, Derek.
Derek is on. Calvin Norton, Purvis, yeah, the whole crew. They follow. I don't know, because I don't get people to follow me. So I mean, maybe it's because of you in here today. That's probably why. Maybe it's Patrick. But Pat, you want to say anything, man? How you doing, man? Nothing. Okay, man, Patrick.
Listen, everybody needs a Patrick on their team.
This dude is phenomenal.
He is #dope.
Yeah. He's past that. I mean, I look in my.
Hey everybody, this is Anissa Fowler, and when I am in Charleston, South Carolina, I'm listening to WSPO Heaven 100.1 with the chef.